It's been 7 hours and 13 days.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the hit songs you never knew Prince had a hand in crafting. Number 20, Jungle Love, The Time. It's wild to think that the only reason that funk rockers The Time exist is because of a clause in Prince's Warner Brothers contract. Assembled with the intention of developing and mentoring up-and-coming talent, The Time quickly became Prince's best-known and most successful protégés. As such, the Purple One was deeply involved with the band's creative process, and his distinctive fingerprints are all over this groovy 1984 jam. Prince didn't only produce and co-write Jungle Love, but he also played synthesizer and percussion, as well as singing backing vocals. The first song by The Time to make an impression on the Billboard Hot 100, Jungle Love is more proof that Prince could do it all. Number 19, Five Women, Joe Cocker.
It took 5 women.
In his too short 57 years on this earthly plane, the man-born Prince Rogers Nelson wrote literally thousands of songs. Many of them were recorded by him first before being passed off to others, and for others, the inverse was true. This is one of the latter cases.
Actress or model or something. Can't even remember her first name.
Prince's 1999 album, The Vault, Old Friends for Sale, was faithful to its name in the sense that it contained songs that had been written as long as 15 years prior to its release. Some 8 years before The Vault, iconic British bluesman Joe Cocker recorded a version of its dusky, sultry, deep-cut Five Women for his 1991 album, Night Calls.
To fall in love all over. I guess with you I never will.
Number 18, Jerk Out, The Time.
I got real bored on a Friday night. I couldn't find a damn thing to do. So I pulled out a suit about the same color as my BMW.
Like we mentioned earlier, Prince has an extensive back catalog that runs real deep. Case in point, Jerk Out, which became The Time's biggest hit on the Billboard Hot 100, was originally recorded by Prince himself in 1981.
Jerk out.
Intended for The Time's 1982 album What Time Is It?, the song changed hands several times over the course of the decade before ultimately being reworked and re-recorded by The Time for their 1990 album Pandemonium. If you heard this song on the radio, you couldn't be blamed for thinking that it was by Prince himself, given its irresistible groove, playful rapping, and red-hot guitar theatrics. Number 17, You're My Love, Kenny Rogers.
You want to know if I care for you.
Written by Prince under the hilarious, inexplicable pseudonym Joey Coco, You're My Love demonstrates his musical versatility. A far cry from the electric funk-pop fusion of the time, this mushy-gushy devotional finds Prince showing off his little-seen sensitive side.
My love, I love to do to me.
Although Prince doesn't actually play any instruments on the Rogers recording, the song does feature a notable non-Prince guest appearance. That would be Elle DeBarge, lead singer of the family outfit DeBarge, who contributes backing vocals.
More than I ever needed anyone else.
A 2021 interview with DeBarge revealed that Rogers, a self-proclaimed huge Prince fan, had asked him for a song and was gifted with You're My Love as a result.
You're my love and I love when you're around.
Number 16, Love, Thy Will Be Done, Martika.
Love, thy will be done.
Yet another Billboard Hot 100 Top 10 victory for Prince. This 1991 yearning soft rock ballad finds him shifting into an atypically subdued gear. Love, Thy Will Be Done is further proof that Prince could straddle disparate genres with relative ease.
Love, thy will be done.
One One of 4 songs that Prince wrote and produced for the Martika's Kitchen album, his contributions led to Martika significantly switching up her sound. Love Thy Will Be Done is a soul-bearing, slow-burning crescendo with gospel influences that shows off Prince's gift for open-hearted expressions of love and affection.
The guiding light, the light that gives me power to keep up the fight.
This was worlds away from his raunchier, more popular solo work. Didn't we say he could do it all? Number 15. Nasty Girl, Vanity 6. Short-lived girl group Vanity 6 first came into existence as part of a Prince experiment that resembled the formation of the time. Comprising Canadian model/actress Denise Vanity Matthews, Brenda Bennett, and Susan Moonsey, Vanity 6 fulfilled the musician's vision of creating a hypersexualized band of women who sang about topics familiar to Prince fans, but from a female perspective. Maybe Prince, who plays every instrument on the song, should have been careful as to what he wished for. Although Nasty Girl has developed a cult following over the years, it was initially shunned by American radio stations for its lyrics that, well, let's just say, didn't leave much to the imagination. Number 14. Love Song, Madonna.
Are you wasting my time? Are you just being kind?
Wait, what? 2 of the biggest hitmakers of 80s pop music collaborated for a duet and somehow we're not always talking about this? A deep cut off of Madonna's hugely influential, critically acclaimed 1989 Like a Prayer album, Love Song predictably subverts its seemingly simplistic title. Madonna openly declares that Love Song is anything but that, a plea to a wishy-washy lover to either commit or let her go.
Am I losing my mind?
Losing your mind.
The track came about after Prince and Madonna met at the 1985 American Music Awards and came up with several concepts for songs that were abandoned and never materialized. Eventually, Love Song was formulated by the 2 superstars over the phone and through tapes sent across the US.
I am gone.
This is my love song.
Number 13. Waiting Room, No Doubt.
A son in my name. I guess I'll have to wait a while.
Now perhaps best known for being Gwen Stefani's vehicle to solo fame, it should be noted that No Doubt had an enviable selection of 90s hits. Having typically been grounded in reggae, ska, and dancehall sounds for their first 4 albums, 2001's Rocksteady found the band engaging in a wide range of new collaborators. These included the Neptunes, aka Pharrell Williams and Chad Hugo, the Cars' Rick Ocasek, and of course, Prince.
If we both want the love, then I wait long enough in the ground that we're all might be coming.
Originally written for the band's previous album, 2000's Return of Saturn, Waiting Room combines the 2 acts' sensibilities in a satisfying, highly danceable fashion.
I'm all alone in the waiting room. I'm all alone waiting.
Number 12. Stand Back, Stevie Nicks.
No one looks. I walk by. Just an invitation would have been just fine.
This pulsing, prototypically 80s electro-pop jam doesn't officially bear the mark of the purple one. A top 5 hit for Nicks on the Billboard Hot 100, the 1983 song finds its roots in Prince's Little Red Corvette. Nicks, listening to the song in her car, was inspired by its synth-rich sound and decided to call Prince to let him know of her source of inspiration.
One man did not go. He asked me for my love, and that was all.
Maybe he was touched, maybe he was just feeling creative, but either way, Prince ended up, quote, programming it for them and pretty much playing most of the song there in about 20 or 30 minutes. Now that's what we call creative generosity.
Stand back, stand back. In the middle of my room, I did not hear from you.
Number 11. Round and Round, Tevin Campbell.
Can you tell me where we going to?
Released in 1990, R&B teen idol Tevin Campbell was just 13 years old at the time of the song's release in September. Recorded the previous December, Prince wrote and produced this funky bop, which alludes to the new jack swing sound that was just about to take over the airwaves.
We can talk all we want to, but the world still goes around and round.
Round and Round implores listeners to not let their dreams be dreams, making its case over a busy, bouncy instrumental.
One day I'll make it in the big city, and I'll be looking for a girl who's pretty.
Prince himself can be heard doing the song's backing vocals, which kind of leads you to wonder, how much further could Campbell hope to go if, on his debut single, he's already collaborated with one of the best to ever do it?
Round and round and round.
And what we're looking for
Still isn't found.
Number 10, When You Were Mine, Cyndi Lauper.
When you were mine, I gave you all of my money.
Written and recorded by Prince for his 1980 release Dirty Mind, this love song takes on an entirely new meaning when sung by a woman. So, leave it to Cyndi Lauper to cover When You Were Mine for her provocative 1983 debut, keeping the original set of lyrics and placing the song between two of her more popular hits. It's a unique type of love triangle ballad, especially for the pop culture landscape of the early 80s, and the song ultimately became Cyndi Lauper's seventh and final single off She's So Unusual. Number 9, Sugar Walls, Sheena Easton.
Where I come from, there's a place called heaven.
This time around, Prince opted to use a pen name, adopting the moniker Alexander Nevermind for this top 10 hit by Sheena Easton. As you might have guessed given the author, the walls don't represent those of a traditional home, but rather something more personal. And when Sheena Easton notes that blood races to your private spots and offers an invitation within the titular walls, well, the message becomes that much clearer.
Blood races to your private spots.
The song becomes even more interesting when you imagine Prince with a pen in hand, perhaps anticipating a more PC world, but unwilling to tame down his lyrical content.
Heaven on earth inside my sugar wall.
Number 8, How Come You Don't Call Me Anymore, Alicia Keys.
I keep your picture beside my bed.
Originally released as a B-side on Prince's 1999 single, this song was picked up by future superstar Alicia Keys for her acclaimed debut album Songs in A Minor.
How come you don't call me anymore?
Serving as the third single, How Come You Don't Call Me Anymore conveyed more of a retro feel for Alicia Keys, fitting as the original came out when she was less than a year old. With a rich set of lyrics communicating feelings of isolation and confusion, the musical aesthetic has both a playful and bluesy tone, making the song ideal for live shows. Number 7, Yo Mister, Patti LaBelle.
Karen got hooked up with the wrong kids. Then she started skipping school.
Today, a song with a title like this might not exactly work for an R&B artist well into their 40s, and that's what makes this collaboration so unique. With a raw message for unassuming fathers, Yo Mister chronicles the plight of young Cara, as Patti LaBelle so forcefully brings Prince's words to life.
That's what she said. Maybe she wouldn't talk so stupid.
It's not your typical R&B song of the time, but even so, it still managed to do some damage on the charts. The street-smart lyrics are hard to ignore, especially when paired with the vocals of Patti LaBelle. Number 6, With This Tear, Celine Dion. By writing With This Tear specifically for Celine Dion, Prince demonstrated not only his lyrical proficiency, but also his ability to match his content with the right artist. It's a gentle, romantic production, and through the formal set of lyrics and accessible structure, With This Tear evolved into a classic musical document of lost love, made even better through the intonations of young Celine. From conceptualization to final product, Prince and Ms. Dion nailed it.
And again, you promised me that you'd never leave.
Number 5. The Glamorous Life, Sheila E. Years after first meeting Prince at a concert, Sheila E. provided backup vocals for his 1984 album Purple Rain. Soon after, her debut album was in production, and the artist penned the ideal pop song to close out the record.
She wears a long fur coat of mink, even in the summertime.
With The Glamorous Life, Prince utilized a formulaic narrative of material excess, yet he added just the right amount of timely descriptions for Sheila E. to build upon.
She wants to lead glamorous life without love. It ain't much.
As a result, Prince and his protege formed a close bond as the song paved the way for Grammy nominations and another successful collab with 1985's A Love Bizarre.
She wants to lead the glamorous life. She don't need a man's touch.
Number 4. I Feel For You, Chaka Khan.
Chaka Khan, Chaka Khan, Chaka Khan, Chaka Khan, let me rock it, Chaka Khan, let me rock it, that's all I wanna do.
Alright, so one may not equate Prince with late 70s disco, but he did in fact release a disco-like song on his 1979 sophomore album.
Baby, baby, when I look at you, I get a warm feeling inside.
Incidentally, R&B songstress Chaka Khan released an updated version 5 years later, complete with an opening verse by hip-hop icon Melly Mel. Lyrically, I Feel For You is relatively simple, but when combined with the superstar charisma of a Prince or Chaka Khan, it takes on a more powerful effect.
Feel for you. I think I love you.
The Purple One even took home a Grammy for Best R&B Song, proving that music is sometimes about the overall experience rather than a transcendent set of lyrics.
Feel for you. I think I love you.
Number 3. Donald Trump, Black Version, The Time.
Hey, baby, you truly know it.
Written by Prince for The Time's unreleased Corporate World album and ultimately released on their 1990 effort Pandemonium, Donald Trump Black Version helped explore the idea of an Afro-American retelling of Wall Street.
Hey, baby, you are the finest.
You are the finest.
Oozing with all the sexuality you'd expect from Prince, such as on tracks like Jerk Out, the song touches on notions of wealth and power, and is far more softcore Cinemax sensual than anything involving Donald Trump should be.
Donald Trump Black Version. Maybe that's what you need.
It's hard to imagine how the Donald felt about this R&B shout-out, but either way, his reaction was bound to be huge. Number 2. Manic Monday, The Bangles. In what has to be one of the most bizarre scenarios of mid-80s pop culture, this track was originally composed for Purple Rain star's Apollonia 6, but it just wasn't meant to be.
6 o'clock already, I was just in the middle of a dream.
A fan of their first album, Prince instead offered the song to the Bangles, which may or may not have been an attempt to woo the band's guitarist Susanna Hoffs.
These are the days when you wish your bed was already made.
With writing contributed to Christopher, Prince's character from Under the Cherry Moon, the song proved to be a massive top 10 hit for the band in 10 countries, and was only prevented from hitting number 1 by Prince himself, who was topping the Hot 100 with Kiss.
Just another Manic Monday. Wish it was Sunday.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Nothing Compares to You, Sinead O'Connor.
It's been 7 hours and 15 days.
Though the two artists in question didn't meet until after this song's release and reportedly didn't get along too well when they did, that doesn't minimize the potency of this 1990 cover.
Since you've been gone, I can do whatever I want.
Originally recorded by the Prince-formed band The Family, it was picked up by Sinead O'Connor for her sophomore release. While many even today may not have known who the song's author was, the abbreviated title, which Prince was known for, should have tipped listeners off.
Nothing can stop these lonely tears from falling.
Kicking off the 90s, this Prince composition has become one of the most easily identifiable and emotional songs ever recorded. Were you shocked to learn that these songs were written by the Purple One? Are there any we missed? Be sure to let us know in the comments below. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.